Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. That is so annoying when it does the connection is low thing. So I apologize for that. Hopefully, this time it works smoothly. Okay. I'm just looking for the deck that I want to use. So, oh, here it is. Okay. So as you guys come into the chat, welcome in. Make sure that you guys subscribe. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. I don't know what was going on with the connection. So I just had to restart a new live stream. But yeah. So yeah, it was internet connection loss, kind of annoying. But it is what it is. I can like either get mad about it, throw a fit, or I can just start it over. Yeah, it's like, oh, just start it over. Okay, so we're going to work with the telepathy oracle deck. And I like this because it's all about trees, but we'll get some good energy off of these cards. Okay. Yes, your reading was done. Absolutely. But I'm still going to be reading the collective reading of everybody coming in. Spirit, your spirit is about to be sublimated. Spirit, the first card. Okay, this is getting good. Cupid, love is in the air when Cupid is around. Cupid could be in your guys' energy as we speak. That is so funny. Now, Cupid is associated with two different constellations. One of them are the darker aspects of Cupid, and the other constellations, the lighter aspects. Yes, more growth, happiness, and a lot of abundance, for sure. Absolutely. Indication, watch for the signs that lead you to true love. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so watch for the signs. You're going to receive signs from Cupid. And this could be seeing 1111. It could also be seeing other angel numbers like 444, 222. You know, those are really powerful numbers. So let's see. Link, the bond of love grows stronger over time. So yeah, as you guys grow together, more beauty is going to come into your life. And I feel like this link is like you guys following the signs and then linking the signs to the message basically that's coming through. Welcome in, Sharon. I hope that you're having a beautiful day. So yeah, this is beautiful, you guys. We have Spirit, Cupid, Indication, and Link. So this is basically, you know, this is a time for love. I would say that probably May, June, July is a time for love. Clarity. Take a moment to think about your situation to figure it out. Just like how we were talking about in the other reading, V, that, you know, letting go of the anxiety and the worry and just recharging, that's going to give you clarity. Because I do feel like sometimes you guys tend to dwell on stuff, and it's completely normal to dwell on something that's unresolved, but, you know, put a little bit more faith into yourself. Oh, you as well. Thank you too. Strength. The power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. So yeah, when you know what your power is, when you know that you're see, people think that being kind is a weakness, and I disagree. I feel like being kind is a strength that you guys have. Also, being a loving person, not all people are like that. So it's almost a miracle for any of us to be loving from like the backgrounds that we came from. You know what? I didn't even look at getting my PayPal working again, but I thank you for reminding me, Sharon. But yeah. So we've got attract. The appeal of soul pairing goes beyond superficiality. So you guys are attracting in beautiful love at this time. I also feel like, you know, the trees may be putting off their seeds right now. That's very significant to somebody. There may be something about what you're putting your seeds into. Study. Look at this. Let love show you how to learn from each other. So as you guys continue to grow, it's like you study the past, but you also study the present. And then that's going to give you clues to the future. It's going to be so much easier to just accept love when this loving relationship comes in for you guys. Again, you've had many opportunities, to stray away from the path, and you still haven't. That's why this Cupid energy is bringing this true love. Literally, not even joking. Cupid is bringing true love. True love appears when you least expect it. And this would be a time that you guys would possibly least expect it, because you're like you're finishing cycles, you're resolving projects and all that stuff. Oh, thank you. I definitely will look at getting the PayPal thing fixed. It bugs me that it doesn't work. I don't know what is wrong with it. But I do have a Cash App and a Patreon as well. And hopefully I'll be able to build this channel up soon. So this true love is really good vibe energy. I mean, I feel like true love has to do with something that goes on within, but then it also is when you find another person. So look at that. Moment and marriage, you guys. Look at that. Love is coming in faster than you would think, okay? And definitely when Cupid is involved, it just shows me that, this love that comes in is something that the higher ups have basically sanctioned, which means it could be a kingdom spouse. It could be like a spiritual marriage. But this person that comes into your life is going to make a huge impact. They're also going to help you connect with others. Look at this time. Let time forget those scars. So yeah, if you guys have been feeling like, oh, it's not the right time, or if you've been feeling like your past is still lingering, you have to have new experiences to forget the past, is what I feel. You guys are going to be able to access this energy of going within and filling your own cup. And I feel like you're going to learn something from this person that comes into your life. It could very well be about how to fill up your own cup, which I really like, because, when you can fill up your own cup, you don't have to rely on anybody else to do that for you. And then you can really focus on the relationship. Oh, okay. Got your sister, and you guys are together this week. Okay. Yeah. Look at this connection. Speaking of it, connection. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. Well, I like that. Okay. So, getting to spend quality time is a really good thing. Okay. I feel like both of you guys are about to go through a really big change. Love, literally. Love. You guys are about to go through a big change. So I don't know if Kathy's with somebody, but I definitely feel a love connection coming in. I also am picking up on, I'm getting that I should use the twin flame oracle, or the twin flame, because there is something about, I don't know if this is like a generational thing that's being broken off your bloodline or what it is, but there was something that was keeping your guys' love connections from coming in. So I just want to see if this was a person. God, was this a person? Okay, so maybe it didn't keep all love situations from coming in, but it basically feels like it's something that has to do with the bloodline, the Chariot, determination, success, and moving forward. So yeah, you guys could be moving on. I don't know why I just heard cruelty. You guys could be moving on and away from cruelty. You guys could be very determined at this time and moving forward in a positive direction. I feel like this is a good time for you guys to connect. And it's a good time for you guys to look at what really is valued in your life and what's not valued. The Hangman. So again, for you guys to move forward, you may need to sacrifice a way of thinking. And that's kind of where I'm getting with the genetic. You guys could very well, by linking back up, I think it's breaking a genetic curse. You know what I'm being reminded of? I'm being reminded of God, what is that movie called? It's a movie with these two witches. I think it's called Practical Magic. I think that's what it's called. Okay, that's what it's called. I'm getting that if you and your sister watch Practical Magic, there would be like a lot of Easter eggs for you guys there. Her husband just passed. Okay, so she is moving on from something, moving forward. The hangman, sacrifice, waiting, perspective, lack of direction. Okay, that could definitely be her husband as well. Oh yeah. I'm so sorry that she went through that. That is, yeah, you want to move back to where you're from. Is that your favorite movie? That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying for you guys to watch that. That's so funny. I love that movie too. It's such a good movie. I feel like you guys are sisters like that. That's why it's so painful to lose somebody to death, just like that's a lover. Look at this, but she's strong, courage, confidence, inner power. I also do feel like you may get an opportunity this summer or this fall to move back home. And it may be that you end up being able to go to another job, or maybe you can work from this other location. I feel like at this point in your guys' life, like it would benefit you to be, living close to your sister. I really feel that. God's saying that it would really, really help you guys. Page of Cups. Yeah, dreamer, naive, innocence, inner child, head in the clouds. You could feel like your energy's just been kind of displaced, just where you want to, what you want to do, but you don't know how you're going to get there. I feel like okay, in Practical Magic, there is some curse on the bloodline that talks about anytime that one of the girls falls in love with a man, that man passes away. I am literally picking up on you guys breaking that curse, because whatever that energy was, that's why that movie is significant. Death, yo. I couldn't even make this up if I tried. Literally, there was some type of death spell on your guys' relationships, on your bloodline. You guys are breaking this. And it's this death spell that's been on the genetics, on the bloodline, was causing these men to become sacrificed. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. So there's a reason that's your favorite movie, because you're actually living this out in real life. And yeah, a lot of people experience genetic curses. Okay. Almost all people do, because we all have stuff to work on, but they don't. The reason it's like they don't know that it's a curse. And that's crazy, because if they did, they would be able to resolve it. So this talks about transformation, endings, and change, transition, and relief. So it's definitely an old way of thinking. Look at this. King of Cups, wise and devoted, balance between head and heart. So this is why your sister's energy is so out of whack right now, because the man that she was with was a very caring, wise, devoted person that was balanced between their head and their heart. This is like a major loss. I'm also seeing the water right there. She could be crying a lot, or this could be just very heavy on her soul, or he could have been a water sign. Okay. Wow. But you guys have the strength to endure this and to become better. That is so crazy that is exactly. Look at this, Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very attractive. So you guys could become more attractive at this time. Passionate, determined, attractive, and confident, self-assured, and charismatic. That's definitely her energy. I feel like this is going to be a new era for you guys. And I'm also seeing like children, whatever this gift that you have a spiritual gift, okay, in your bloodline, like a very big one. Your sister's got it, and you've got it, and your mother's got it, or had it. Wherever she's at right now, she still got it. So she was born with it, basically. So there is something being passed down the bloodline that could be why this curse exists. Because I'm not getting that this genetic curse that you guys are working through. I don't feel like it has. I feel like it straight up has to do with something of an ancestor. I don't feel like it's something that you did in this lifetime that triggered it. Okay. I feel like it is something that got triggered with an ancestor. So if you have an ancestor that lost their lovers, lost their husbands, specifically their husbands, any man that fell in love with them, this is a more severe, this is like how the Kardashians are cursed. Any man that gets with a Kardashian is like, they mentally get fucked up in the head and stuff. This is like a worse version of that, because this is like anybody that falls in love with the women in your bloodline, they'll end up passing away. It's kind of sad. We do, and she's with your brother and I. Good. Okay, good. 10 of Cups. Look at this. So yeah, you guys are breaking through this generational curse. That's part of this gift that you've inherited. Happiness, family, harmony, emotional stability. I'm glad that you also have another sibling that offers stability. I feel like, I don't know why I just heard alcohol could be detrimental at this time. And then I'm seeing this Page of Cups with a glass of wine. You're trying to get out of your marriage. Okay. Well, I definitely feel like that is the best option, is to get away from that situation, because that's toxic. But yeah, I'm just being warned to tell you that alcohol is not going to help. So if your sister is drinking at all, it's not helping. What alcohol does is like it lowers the aura. It basically weakens the aura, and then things can break into the aura. And I'm not just saying like, it's okay. Like, I'm not judging anybody that drinks at all, right? I totally understand it. It's just knowing that, one glass of wine is not going to break down your aura, but 5 is, right? So knowing that the balance is like 1 or 2 drinks is fine. And you're not going to have a negative effect. But if it's 5 glasses of wine continuously, that may have a wear and tear on your guys' system. And it just isn't helping the emotions, because alcohol is a spirit. It's consuming a spirit. Alcohol was created for the use of divination back in the day. 5 of Wands, conflict and ego, competition, rivals, aggression, and tension. So you definitely have some stuff going on in your marriage. This is like suffering in silence to me. I feel like you've been suffering in silence with this relationship for a minute. Or maybe it hasn't been totally silent, but still. So even that aspect of it is connected to this curse that's being broken. So yeah, I would really thank God for getting you out of this, because I feel like you've been stuck in a situation where you can't really speak your truth, and that's tough. That's really tough. Look at this 10 of Pentacles, family and legacy, inheritance, foundations, higher commitment. You come from alcoholic men. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That makes sense. So yeah, the warning about alcohol, again, that could be, that is just reminding me of that curse so much. But the thing is that this family and legacy, you're about to have a family with somebody else. The moment that you decide to move on, you're going to meet your person. I'm not kidding. You're going to think like, oh no, I want to be single for like a year. No, it's not going to work that way. You're going to literally meet somebody right after you leave somebody. But that's okay. When God feels like it's the right time for something to come in, that's what God feels. Whoever this person is, I feel like they're under a spell, and it's not anything that you did. But I do feel like, just be careful what you say around this person as you go through getting divorced, right? You're dealing with somebody that will use your own words against you, or they'll use your own traumas against you. Okay. I'm not saying that your husband's a total piece of shit, but like, you're dealing with somebody that's very manipulative. Okay. So, they definitely want to hold on. They don't want to let go of you. So you getting away from this person, it's going to be difficult, not in the sense that he's going to stalk you, but it's just going to be difficult because this person doesn't want the same thing. They literally they still want to be with you. but you are dealing with somebody that I feel like is a psychic vampire. And maybe it's because of the way that they were raised by their father. Yes, very gaslighting you. Yeah, I do feel like this person drains your energy. They steal your life force, possibly through gaslighting, but just through being very manipulative. And then, they feel like you're a very naive energy, and I don't pick that up off of you. So that's, kindness is not weakness. People need to stop thinking that kindness is weakness, because it's really not. It's actually like a superpower. And so, you know, this person may guilt trip you. How they drain your energy is they guilt trip you into, yeah, you're so strong, you guys, and you're so protected as well. That's why this curse was here, but it's being broken now. It will not exist in the future relationship that you have. This Knight of Swords, assertive and impatient, direct and daring, ambitious and motivated. Okay, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I was seeing red and blue flashing lights. So I'm just giving you a warning. I don't know what that could do with the police about something, but I was just literally seeing, and I know the selenite changed color to blue, but I was seeing the red and blue flashing light. This Knight of Sword is very assertive and impatient, direct and daring, ambitious and motivated. That's why you're the more stable person in the relationship. Even if this person's the breadwinner, you still have the spiritually and emotional stability. You're the strong one, basically. Nine of Cups, yeah. You could be getting into yoga or finding new ways to exercise at this time. I'm being told to tell you that yoga would be something that would help you ground the extra energy that you're carrying with anxiety, and you'd be able to create balance. Yeah, protecting your energy for sure. So yeah, this is definitely Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled. Pleasure. Okay. So, like I said, the moment that you walk away from this person, your wishes will be fulfilled. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. It's like God's testing you to see if you're going to love yourself enough to choose yourself, right? And so that's what the test is. So now that you know what the test is, Sharon, you'll just know how to pass it. But, move in silence. Don't tell this person what you're going to do. I really feel like you're dealing with somebody who is not in their right state of mind for some reason. So the moon, this person could stay up all night. I don't know what this moon energy is. It's illusions and hidden confusion, secrets and uncertainty. I feel like this person puts a lot of fear and doubt into you, that if you leave, you'll not be able to make it. You're going to be fine. Like I said, you're the one that's the stable one in the relationship, at least physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually is what I'm picking up on. You're the more stable one. It's his energy that goes up and down. Okay, that's too many cards. It's his energy that goes up and down all the time. And it's very draining to be like, I feel all of a sudden very drained around this person. Being around this person's very draining because you're always having to walk on eggshells, and you don't want to live your life walking on eggshells. Okay, good. I'm glad that this is making sense. And I'm not saying that this person's a horrible human being. I'm just saying that there are traits and qualities that they have that are not beneficial to you or anybody else, or even to them. The Six of Wands, success and victory, triumph and rewards, recognition and praise. Yeah. So this person, okay, one big issue I have with this person is that they are not grateful for you. They don't show gratitude for all of the stability that you offer and for all of that you do for others. Welcome in, Girl Gone. Yeah, so it's like you're dealing with somebody that's not showing gratitude. They're not being appreciative of you, and which means that they don't really know your value, which is a good thing, because if they knew your true value, this person would never let go, and you want them to eventually let go. I know in your heart of hearts that you would like this person to have a good life. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's no respect in it. And this Ace of Cups, new love and feelings, emotional awakening, intuition, and spirituality. The more that you awaken, sweetie, the more that you're going to realize that this situation's not aligned for your highest and best good. And it's not to say that this person is a horrible human being, because they're going to throw that at you, that, oh, I'm just so bad. It's not that. It's just that for your personal path, this person is not coming into alignment for your path. Okay. And they're very toxic. Like, and you're not a toxic person. That's why you're the one that's always having your energy drained. This person is not going to understand that because they're asleep in the matrix and they have no, you're trying to find housing. Okay. Yeah. They have no, intuitive, they're asleep in the matrix basically. So basically, yeah, you're gonna fall in love with yourself again. Exactly it. So you're basically awakened in the matrix and you're into spirituality. This person is not. That is why this is not working out, because God wants you to go in a different direction towards somebody. And it's not even towards somebody yet, but it will be a new love that comes in. But God wants you to love yourself first, and you haven't been able to do that because you've been catering to this relationship for so long. Six of Pentacles, generosity and charity, support and sharing, giving and receiving, fairness and gratitude. It's exactly what I was saying. This new love that comes in is going to be the exact opposite. They're going to be extremely grateful for you and just extremely caring. You're not going to have to worry about this person drinking. I mean, all of the stuff that you're going through now, that's not going to be a thing of the future, because, you know, the pendulum's going to swing the opposite direction and you're going to be happy. So I would just start being happy now. And when you know that you're with somebody that's not the best person for you, if your happiness triggers them, like you being happy triggers them, and you deserve better than that. Like, that's crazy. If I were to see my person, my beloved, whoever, happy, I would be so excited because I would be making them happy and they would be happy, right? And so yeah, if your happiness triggers somebody and makes them upset that you're happy because they're not happy, you have to understand that it's not your job, Sharon, to fill this person's cup. They need to do that on their own. And if they're completely unwilling to do any type of therapy or even improve, even on a personal level, like a meditation to improve the self, this person doesn't want to work on themselves. So it's hard to be in a relationship with somebody when you're doing all the work and they're not doing any work and they're not really moving in the same direction. That's why this marriage and time came out like that. It literally came out that way. So I also feel like you guys are breaking this curse off of your family. And once it's gone, you're going to have somebody that is so grateful that you exist. High Priestess, hidden knowledge, intuition, mysterious. Yeah, it's you being awake and alive and tapping into source that's literally breaking this curse on your bloodline. So this was not something that you guys did at all in this lifetime. This was something that an ancestor did. And so God, we just repent for this ancestor, for whatever the situation is. We give unconditional love to our ancestors with the hopes and prayer that this curse be broken off the family. Yeah. You and your sister watching Practical Magic again will literally be like Easter eggs into your entire journey throughout this life. Because you guys have been very close, you know, like even as children, just like the sisters in the movie. I literally get that that's like you guys in another lifetime. So it's very interesting. The Three of Wands, looking ahead, confidence and growth and foresight. Yeah. You guys are gaining like literally intuition, foresight. Yeah. You guys are going to gain a lot of insight. And it's going to be very healing experience. Okay. So yeah, God's saying, you know, continue to cleanse your energy, because you're going to eventually need to pray this person that you're with up out of your energy, and then finding a way to make an exit that is going to be the less amount of drama. Like, you want to find a way to make an exit. I'm hearing that if finances are an issue, that apply for housing, even if it may be like 5 down the years that you end up getting the housing, still apply now, because some miracle may happen and in the future you may end up getting housing and then get to move. So apply for housing, but apply in the area of where your sister lives. Yes. God bless you too, girl gone. You're amazing. Yeah. Because like I was saying, they may it may be sooner than you think. Also, if you're worried about not having a place to stay, you staying with your sister for a time, that may be an option. So that could be something that you talk to her about, okay? Because again, she's grieving right now. So you being around her would be the best thing. Queen of Pentacles, generosity and caring, nurturing, sensible, comforting, practical, good business sense. You may end up working a business with your sister, selling things. I don't know what this is, if this is clothing or what it is, but yeah, there's potential for you guys to grow in that aspect as well. And to start a business, because I really feel like you've been working for other people, and it would be the best if you could be entrepreneurs and work for yourself. The Magician, manifestation, willpower, and resourceful. So yeah, you're a master manifester. Like literally, you manifest things very quickly. So I feel like when you guys put your energies together, some type of magic is created. There is no coincidence that the Magician just came out. So yeah, you're going to be able to literally create the world that you want, and you're going to be happy living in it. Temperance, peace. You can be this, you have such a grounding energy, Sharon. You can be this temperance energy for your sister, because she could use a little bit more peace, tranquility, balance, patience, and harmony. And if you bring that into the home, that will help quite a bit, because there's just a lingering sadness. It's almost like a tangible smell or taste or energy. And it's because the ancestors are grieving over this loss. Yeah, this was an emperor that was lost. But you know what? Also, Shiva may be one of your guides. He's so sexy. Just love Shiva. I think he is so attractive. But yeah, this was a loss because this was a divine masculine that was lost, even though he maybe was under the influence of whatever. It could have been even an energy. Like I said, there was something in the bloodline, but it's being cleared out. So this new person that comes in is definitely going to be an emperor. You're not going to have to accept any more of this night. You're dealing with somebody who's extremely combative right now, okay, in your current relationship. And so that's kind of difficult. Like when you have really good intuition and you're dealing with somebody that wants to fight with you about everything, nobody can argue with you about your intuition. Your intuition says what your intuition says, and it's always right. And so it's like somebody wants to argue with you about that. If your heart of, you just need to say, like, in the most peaceful way that you can, if my heart of hearts is telling me that I need to go be in another place or go to another area or do something else, then I'm going to follow my heart because I know it's going to lead me to where I need to go. Yeah, her husband too. Exactly. That's exactly it. So that's kind of, you're looking at a genetic curse or energy when you guys both had the same type of husband energies. Like there's no coincidences. Like that's not a coincidence. So it's a pattern. And so you're breaking free of that. Yeah, this Three of Swords, heartbreak and pain, separation and grief, sorrow and trauma. You may have to literally walk away from a situation. I mean, there may be a third party in this situation. The Three of Swords is definitely about betrayal. So again, this person may take you leaving them as some type of horrific betrayal, but this person was unwilling to budge. They're extremely stubborn on every aspect. Like they were unwilling to go to any type of therapy, do any type of self-healing, shadow work. This person is asleep in the matrix. We can't, it's not that we're not judging this person. We're just saying that we know that they're not awakened to who they could be. And even when people know who they could be, sometimes they still won't strive towards that. And that's having the wisdom and knowing the difference with somebody that's going to strive towards change and bettering themselves and somebody who's not. Because you can't, this is why most marriages don't work out. You usually have one person that is unwilling to change and wants to stay the same, and the other one will not. Yeah, that's exactly it. You don't wish any ill will on him, but trust me, when you walk out of his life, he's going to feel like, you are wishing ill will on him. You can tell it to him that you're not, but he's still going to say, well, you're leaving me, you're breaking my heart, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This person broke their own heart the moment that they decided not to cherish you and adore you. Okay. Because you are lovable. You are extremely lovable. And you're going to see how lovable you are the moment that you walk away from this situation. This person should have treated you better. This is justice. You're an angel of justice. You came here to break this generational curse. I know that with all of my soul. That's part of your destiny, Yes, yeah, comes from a victim family. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just a family that, and we're not saying they're bad people, but they don't want to take accountability for anything. And it's always somebody else's fault. And it's really not. It's not always somebody else's fault. It's usually never anybody else's fault. It just seems that way because and I'm not a doctor, I can't diagnose anyone, but somebody in his family has got some mental health stuff going on. And so that's why they drain you. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. They're very draining because they are always lowering your frequency and making you go down to a level where you are not comfortable being. This is talking about karma, law, and integrity, The world, completion, closing cycles, and achievement. Look at that. That's the best sign ever. So yeah, you're closing out this cycle. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it may look a little bit rough, but it's a lot better than you just sitting and suffering in silence and not being understood by the other person. I don't know if he's watched The Matrix, but you could explain to him that that you're moving in a direction of being a spiritual being, and he doesn't want to go down that path. He still wants to just, watch TV and drink and whatever, work in the garage, whatever this is. And we're not judging anybody for what they choose to do and their preferences, but you're choosing to go in a different direction that's going to bring you justice. And he just is not choosing that. 8 of Swords. The sad thing about it is that he feels trapped and restricted, victimized, and helpless, powerless, and blinded. That's how he feels. And that's what he's going to say. But the 8 of Swords could represent like an actual jail, but I'm not getting that this is an actual jail. This is just being stuck in the matrix. Like he feels trapped and restricted in his own life. And so you're going to be actually helping him free up his own energy, because if he would stay away from his losing ass family, okay, and stop buying into whatever this weird bullshit that they're on, if he would stay away from them, he would not feel so bad. And then he would actually have an opportunity to regenerate his energy. But because he keeps going back to this family, it's like, and is always consumed with that, it's extremely draining on his energy. And it keeps him in a cycle where he's unable to make the appropriate changes that are needed so that he can break generational curses on his bloodline. Because he's definitely dealing with something like that. It's something that keeps him from waking. It's literally a curse that keeps him from waking up. But, he has to wake up to that. And I'm not saying, okay, so witches and warlocks, they don't want you to believe that curses are real for 2 reasons. The first reason is because if you know that curses are real, then you're going to look for that. And if you have one, you're going to become aware of it, and then you're going to do something to resolve it. Secondly, they don't want you to believe in curses because it's easier for them to put magic on somebody that doesn't believe in it, because like I said, they'll never be checking for it and they won't know what the symptoms are. They won't know. They'll just keep going to the doctor and having all these tests done, and it'll come back like nothing. Okay. If you keep having suffering and you're going to the doctor over and over again and they're not finding anything wrong, that is witchcraft. And so that's the thing, is like witches don't want you to believe in it because they know that if they can keep you in your south node asleep in the matrix, unawakened to the fact that our higher selves are God and we're divine beings, if that's what this is about. It's like if they can keep you trapped, and not ever searching for the answer, then they've won. And that's why witches don't want people to believe in curses. And then the sad thing is that curses do exist, whether we believe in them or not, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. Atticos for sovereignty and Dunzo. Nice. With those curses, even if they don't believe one is about to be reposted. Now blessings to you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And so that's the thing, is that when we wake up, we realize the things that our bloodlines carried, and it could be, poverty, it could be scarcity thinking, it could be, love, trauma, whatever it is. We have to process the things that our ancestors could not. And so you guys being generational curse breakers and beings of justice gives you an advantage in this lifetime to actually resolve the energies that have been plaguing your bloodline, that, your mother wasn't strong enough, your mother's mother, all that they were not strong enough to resolve and complete themselves. You guys came here with the intent to wake up and then to basically resolve these energies so that you could have everything that you want in your life. And so it's clearing out a lot of negative karma for your bloodline, which is going to help you guys succeed in everything that you do. And so you may find that, I feel, Sharon, for you, the hardest thing is walking away from the money or the financial stability, but you're going to make that on your own. So like I said, you may end up starting a business with your sister, whatever this is, you're going to be extremely happy. Okay. So write down your ideas and then continue to move in silence. That's going to be the best way, because, your happiness really triggers this person, like literally triggers them, which is crazy that anybody would be with somebody that is upset that they're happy. And it's like a jealousy thing. It's like, well, I'm not happy, so you shouldn't be happy. That's the feeling that I get from him. And that's not cool. I think that everybody should want their spouse to be happy no matter what. You know what I mean? Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Sharon. Okay, so we're going to do a couple more cards and see what else comes out. I think that's so wild that true love, moment, marriage, time. That is so funny. That was basically describing the curse. Illusion. Boom. Knowing that these curses are illusion makes this a lot easier to be able to go, okay, that's just, especially when you feel like the curse has imprinted on you, it's just so much easier to go like, okay, I can avoid the trap of mistaking fantasy for real soul connection because this relationship was an illusion. Wow. Wow. So yeah, you could be saying like a lot of 444 numbers, a lot of 888, a lot of 6666. You could even be seeing 1111. These are all numbers that I feel there are certain things that can get through these illusions. Okay. The matrix is linked in with number systems, and numbers do have actual energetic value. So these numbers that the angels and your guides are sending you are giving you, insight into how to break free just from the imprinting and how to cleanse that out of your system. And knowing that, when you have children, if you have children, by you being able to break through this illusion now, you're setting up for your children to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're setting them up to be very successful, which is beautiful, because just think about how your mother didn't have the ability to break this. You know what I mean? And that's why you guys came in as generational curse breakers. Openness, be open to receiving divine guidance in relationships. Look at that. You guys being open also is going to guide you right through it. Synchronicity. That's the thing with the numbers. The numbers, yeah, we have fur babies. Oh, I see. So that's definitely a difficult thing. Since you take care of the fur babies, they should go with you. Synchronicity. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchronizing. So that's the thing. That's why you're getting these numbers, because it's guiding you. Emotion. Look into the depths of your emotions. Anything that makes you feel strong emotion at this time, I would be looking into it and asking yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me about myself? What is it trying to, because sometimes you could literally be carrying the emotions of other people and not even know it. And that's what empaths do, is they'll be around somebody and they'll pick up that emotion and that energy and not realize that it's not theirs. There is like a tiny bit of it that exists within as a commonality to draw that energy in. But yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think she'll get another dog or a cat for sure. Look at this telepathy. You guys are telepathically linked, you and your sister. Close soul connections, harmoniously synchronized reenactment of telepathic moments for sure. Yeah. I do think that she is going to get another pet. Absolutely. But, she doesn't have to do it right away. If you guys are thinking, I think that taking a trip just to the local, donation station, whatever they're called, it's not that, I don't think they call them pounds anymore. I'm not for sure what they're called, but I'm getting that you're going to instead of getting an AKC registered animal, you're going to be finding okay. So an animal may come to you guys, like just actually come to you, or you may be drawn to go to a shelter. That's what they're called, to an animal shelter, and then look at the animals there. You're going to find something, just like there is definitely, yeah. So don't let guilt get in the way. You know how I was saying that your husband drains you through making you feel guilty about shit? Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. Because if you feel guilty for leaving this person, you're going to carry that into the next relationship. And guilt is not, it's honestly an energy that I think is pretty, unless you really need to feel guilty about something. But this is not you haven't done anything to feel guilty about. And leaving somebody because God is directing you in a different direction is not, you should not feel guilty about that, even though you may feel a small amount of guilt, like you may feel like you're abandoning this person, but this person abandoned you a long time ago. Okay. Tree, tell the tree what you really think. Look at that. It may help you guys to communicate with trees, to hug a tree, to live around trees. Trees are extraordinary beings, and they have witnessed everything that's happened around them forever. I mean, trees, especially the older trees, right? Be prepared to accept what fate has in store for you. So yeah, there is a point in your life where you're going to have to just be like, okay, whatever my vortex of creation has for me, yeah, he needs to take responsibility. Yeah, that's exactly it for his own life. It's time for him. And again, that'll be him waking up from the matrix. If he were to do that, take responsibility for his own life. Enlightenment. He would become enlightened, because you're on the path to enlightenment. With enlightenment, there is no separation. We realize that we are one with the divine. And it just has to do also with compatibility, that this person is not compatible for you. They, when you got with them before all of this karma triggered, you guys were higher compatible, but still you weren't. I look at compatibility being 1 for the worst, 10 the best. It was like a 3 when you met this person. So that's still pretty low to me. That's like still failing, right? So the relationship never had a high compatibility or a high success, rate attached to it. Challenge. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. So like I said, how your sister is being challenged by having to find a way to live life without her person, you may help her overcome this challenge. And honestly, by you helping your sister grieve and your bloodline grieve, and by breaking this generational curse, I would definitely make sure that whatever you take with you, cleanse it with sage. you know. Account, I don't know what you're talking about. You keep typing shit, but I literally don't know what you're talking about. Less wet. What is that? I don't know what that means. But yeah, so you, Sharon, you definitely want to cleanse everything with sage. Okay. Just anything that you decide to take. And if you keep any pictures of him, those are pictures are like direct links to somebody's energy. I'm not saying get rid of all the pictures, but put them in a box, put them away and sage the box. And just, yeah, anything that you take from the house, make sure that you sage it, because you don't want to carry that old energy into your new life. Admiration. So yeah, this new person that comes in is going to adore you. It's time to think about everything you appreciate in your partner. Literally. I mean, you're dealing with a very typical problem of a man that does not want to change, that doesn't know how to change. Intense. The intensity of a true soul connection includes highs and lows. Yeah. This new connection that you have, you're going to just be like, this is completely different than anything I've experienced. And it's because you've only experienced things on the lower end of compatibility. This next relationship is going to be on the higher end of compatibility. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to trust and a lot easier for you to move through any of the triggers that could just happen because you've been with somebody who's been challenging. Let's just say that. Allure, consider this situation carefully. So yeah, you know, there's always going to be ups and downs. I feel like your biggest worry is about, you know, stability. Stability is going to come in. You just have to set yourself up for success. So that means like if you are worrying about housing, applying for housing, okay? Because even let's say that you move in with your sister for a few months or even a year and you help her. I'm seeing a really big garden. So literally that could be metaphorical, like planting seeds. What you plant now will grow and you'll be able to actually reap the harvest of that. But I'm also seeing that, you know, things may work in divine time. Like you literally may end up getting, you're doing that this week. Wow. You may end up literally getting everything that you want in a very short amount of time. And it's going to seem surreal, but I want you to keep moving in the direction of happiness. Honor. Treat the people you love with this is what, okay, he did not honor you. And I don't think it's your job to tell this person everything that they did wrong. That's not going to help the situation. It's just irreconcilable differences. Literally, that's what this is. It says treat the people you love with respect and you'll find your relationship becomes stronger. There was no respect in the relationship. How can you be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't respect you as a person? That's impossible. That's like literally deciding to jump in a river and then swim upstream. Like, what? Why? You know what I mean? Oh, you love flowers? Yes, I love flowers too. I am obsessed with flowers. I love it. Universe, the universe is guiding you towards that special someone. Just let everything take its course. Look at that. That's so beautiful. I love that you guys are going through changes that are actually going to manifest your dreams and your hopes. Yeah, the feelings. Take the time to explore the deep emotions that you're experiencing. Like I said, whenever you have any type of really intense feeling, you need to ask yourself, okay, what is the trigger behind this feeling? It could be a thought, it could be a belief, it could be a group of thoughts, or it could even be a way of perceiving things, right? And then asking yourself, okay, is this really my feeling, or does this feeling belong to somebody else and I'm just empathically picking up on it? Because I get that a lot of the times you feel things so deeply and the person that you're with does not feel things on a deep level like that. They don't go within. Cherish, protect your relationships well. Yeah, that's why it's important to spend time with your family, spend time with your sister to heal that generational wound. And because you cherish your family, just like your husband cherishes his family, but his family is no good. I mean, I'm picking up on witchcraft and all sorts of weird shit going on in his bloodline. So there is some stuff that it would be very hard for anybody to work through, basically. Just really difficult. Barrier. Okay. You can use prayer as a barrier. It will work as like a boundary if you just keep praying. So if it says find ways around obstacles to find happiness, anytime somebody puts up an emotional barrier or a blockage, or, doesn't want to see you happy, you just move around that shit. Like, know that you can move in silence and that you can move around, right? Okay, let's do one more. Acceleration, speed up and chase the results that you want. Yeah, this situation would end up fizzling out whether you chased anything better or not. But I am going to tell you it's going to be easier. Yeah, they don't know who they are up against. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So, yeah, you're going to have a victory, like literally. And I get that you're going to have a victory in court as well. So, however this ends up panning out, just know that just continue to follow your intuition and listen to your thoughts and your beliefs. Oh, the trees from your last house. I love that. And earthing codes now inspired. I love that. Hi, Meeks. Welcome in. Yeah, that is awesome, you guys. Awesome sauce. Okay. God bless you too. You're very welcome. And, I pray for you that everything works out and goes smoothly, because there is a possibility that this could just go really easy. And I would anticipate things being pretty simple. The one thing that may be difficult is if you guys have fur babies, right? But again, you may end up gaining a new pet. There's nothing in this world that's worth your guys' peace. Okay. So there will be people that try to disturb that, but the stronger that you are, the less power that they have. And basically you can choose whether somebody affects your peace or not. Right? Okay. All right, guys, know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Thank you for being here for this reading. I appreciate you guys so much. Please like the video, hit the notification bell, make sure you guys are subscribed, all that good stuff. Okay. I'll see you in the next reading. Peace be with you, you guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless.